Hi, welcome back to Aaron and Ellie on Kirby Drive. I'm Aaron,
I'm Ellie.
and I have a bone to pick with Costco because I really despise this grocery store, if you could call it that. It is like a rations warehouse,
I'm not sure you
actually.
could call it a grocery store.
What would you call it?
An everything store.
An everything store?
Mm-hmm.
Are you Steve Jobs or something? What? You do a great job of...
You get everything there,
Yeah.
essentially.
Like what?
Like, obviously food.
Mm-hmm. If you need it in... say you're running like a small zoo out of your house and you need to buy like 30 watermelons to feed like to your elephants or something.
Could come in handy.
You could probably make use of a Costco membership, maybe.
That's fair.
Okay.
So obviously there's like the produce, the snacks, the dairy, coffees, and like bulk, like rice and like flour and like baked stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They have flowers, they have a pharmacy, they have an eye center,
Mm-hmm.
optometry thing.
Mm-hmm.
They have electronics, they have
Yeah.
printers, TVs, Apple Watches, iPads, computers.
Uh-huh.
Meat
They have
market.
they have a lot of stuff in there, but let's
A
be
restaurant?
honest. You can't get to any of it. It's impossible to navigate. I don't know if you've ever been to a Costco before. Costco is open from 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then it's open for 30 minutes on Saturday and Sunday. Is what it feels like. I think we went by there the other week. It was like 6:30, and we're like, oh, we can stop by Costco real
On a
quick on the way
Saturday.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, sorry, we're out. I don't know, we're clubbing or whatever. I don't know what you're doing.
It's 6. I don't know why Saturday you would close early and then all your other days you would just be open
Mm-hmm.
to regular hours. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But the thing is, we have just really wanted their ice cream for the past like few visits that we've been there. And every time we have just not been able to get their ice cream for whatever reason. Whether it be it's a Saturday and so it's really busy, or they're closed, or like their ice cream machine is broken, which is kind of McDonald's thing, so kind of clout chasing there. I don't know. I always grew up going to Costco, so I don't really mind it. I mean, I grew up in like a family of 6, so it kind of made sense to get like all the stuff in bulk. But like now there's just 2 of us.
Yeah, it's
and
just
our
the
cats
2 of us.
and our dog. So it's like, unless we're buying like dog food for all of us, it doesn't really make too much sense. I mean, I really love to see like all the fun things that they have, and I will go there for their food samples and have like a free lunch basically. But
Well, it's not free lunch. It's $120 divided by however many times you go that year.
That's fair.
So.
But hey, get my money's worth out of those free samples. And then their salmon prices were good one time.
So one time their salmon prices were good. One time we went in there and we're just perusing through the aisles. We go to the bakery and we see some blueberry muffins we like. We're like, all right, let's pick up these blueberry muffins.
A pack of 6.
Pack of 6, we pick them up.
Giant.
They're literally like the size, like 2 egg cartons smashed together is the size of this container we pick up.
It's pretty big.
We go, we take it, like, do the rest of our shopping. You know, of course, it takes an hour and 50 minutes to get through the whole store because it's like an airplane hangar that's been converted to a warehouse that sells, like, I don't know, 1,000 different kinds of Snuggies. And
They do have clothes, too.
we get to the checkout, and the woman is like, no, you can't buy the muffins. You have to go back and pick up another package of muffins.
Yeah, she said they're bought in packages of 2. And I was like, well, then why are they not taped together?
Yeah, they're just loose. It's like if you had like a bin of muffins and they're like, go ahead and scoop out 12 muffins out of here and you have to buy 12 because we're not going to sell you one.
Yeah, I was like, are you sure you can't just sell me this one? She's like, no, we can't. It's all or nothing. I was like, that seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why can't I just buy this already individual package of 6 muffins? So you have to buy 12.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Yeah.
You'll walk in there and they'll look at you differently. You'll be no longer a rookie.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's literally like if we're selling these at 12 muffins a piece and we're making 3 cents profit. If we sell them for 6 muffins a piece, we're losing 2 cents on every sale. I'm pretty sure that's how they get by, but
Probably.
I just can't get over the fact that literally, okay, today we're in Houston, right? So the storm came through, and obviously the people who run Texas's power grid and also like Centerpoint Energy, shout out to them, executives. There's a spot reserved for you in hell. But like Centerpoint Energy and the powers that be in Houston and in the state of Texas have caused a hurricane that's Category 1 to basically destroy the city for days. Even though, cut them some slack, I don't know how they could have ever seen this coming. This may be the first hurricane Houston's ever experienced this summer. So, you gotta give them a little bit of slack. Like, they could have never prepared for this. But regardless, the whole city is offline, basically. We've been riding around today trying to do some errands anyway, trying to make the most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. All the places that we want to go either are closed because there's not power or because their systems are still down from whenever they're just taking cash or they're not even bothering to be open at that point.
Yeah.
We drove to 2 separate places because LA really wanted frozen yogurt.
They did, but one of them was cash only and the other one was just straight up closed.
Yeah. And this sounds very privileged. I get it. There's people who are way worse off than we are.
Way worse off.
And so we're grateful that we have what we have. But I'm allowed to be frustrated at Costco for being fully operational. I'm standing elbow to elbow with people who are yelling and screaming and throwing up, and there's babies crying everywhere. And they're like, by the way, we don't have any ice cream. We can give you $1.50 or a hot dog, and we can stuff a bunch of chicken and Caesar salad dressing into a piece of bread, and we can give that to you, but we don't have any ice cream.
That's so odd. I was so sad. I just want their ice cream. But yes, there's a lot of people that were hit a lot worse than us. Like the guy at Men's Warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
He was in an area that got hit pretty bad, and he didn't get power until literally 4 days Thursday. 4 days after the storm rolled through.
Mm-hmm.
And some people still don't have power, and it's extremely dangerous to be out in the heat or in their house, just trapped in this heat furnace.
There's heat advisories every day, and nobody has power.
So not to make light of that, or not to take that lightly.
Yeah, we don't want to take it lightly, but we do want to make light of things on this podcast. So, if you're out there in Houston, I hope you find someplace cool. I hope you get power back. Hopefully that there wasn't too much damage to your place of business or the place where you stay. But we're going to be here dunking on Costco, whether we had power today or not. So,
we would have found a way, I guess.
That's just where we are. Maybe we can talk about Centerpoint Energy and how they've failed us all and how they're just skimming the margins of what's barely acceptable for their clients.
Aaron's sister looked up Centerpoint Energy's Instagram or whatever once we all got power back. And it was a post from years ago, and because they don't post that much on Instagram, I guess, obviously.
They fired their social media intern because it was too much money to pay them $0
basically
and buy them lunch once a week.
Yeah. Crazy. And she looked in their Instagram comments, and one person commented a day ago, "You guys need to lock in." And that stuff is just so funny to me.
Yeah, and they have not locked in. They could put the power lines underground, but of course that would be a large amount of overhead, and nobody in the Texas government is going to hold them accountable.
You can put it underground?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Why don't we put anything underground? There's subways that we can put underground, and there's electricity we can put. Why can't we put anything underground?
Because it would cost money. And nobody's going to make them do it. Nobody's going to make them do it because the whole city's going to be without power for a week.
Oh.
People are going to be suffering and struggling to get by this week. And then nobody's going to care. Nobody in Texas government is going to do anything about it.
Yeah. People have died.
Yeah, it's horrible. This. And there's nobody who's going to hold them accountable because they're like, oh, well, hey, we don't need to prepare for this next time because everything went horribly and we're incredibly understaffed when it comes to getting linemen out to repair electricity.
Yeah.
But we still have all our customers because they have no other choice, so...
Yeah. What other energy places there? Is it just Centerpoint?
I think Centerpoint's the largest provider in Houston. I know that you can't just pick whatever energy company.
Oh, you're just stuck with the company that provides in your area type thing?
I think it's kind of like
makes sense, I guess.
When you move into a neighborhood and they're either we have fiber internet or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you there's only a certain number of people who are going to be able to operate in an area because there's a lot of overhead to get lines installed everywhere. But also, the lines that go to all of our houses are underground because we don't all have, wires on top.
Yeah.
So, but, I think, you have a couple of choices depending on where you live. But the person who has the most who is responsible for most of the power outages is Centerpoint Energy.
Dang.
So.
Their commercials. I remember their commercials. Always so inviting.
Yeah. Well, guess what? They'll be playing at the entrance to hell. Whenever.
Dang.
I don't even feel bad about that. And I see people get confused in like the Houston Chronicle comments. They're like, guys, the linemen are working very hard to get everything back online. I'm not mad at them. They're not like making calls to be like, yeah, let's just like leave everybody out to dry. I'm mad at the executives who are getting paid millions of dollars to do nothing.
Yeah.
And then hire less linemen than needed whenever something like this happens.
Yeah, God bless those linemen out there in the heat fixing everything.
Yeah. So if you're out there working hard, getting it right, thank you. I'd like to believe you do that for anyone, not just Centerpoint Energy. So I'm not going to give them any credit for that. You know, these guys don't own stock in Centerpoint. If another energy company came in tomorrow and did a better job, they would hire these linemen. So,
yeah. If
you're out there and you're doing it, thank you to you. Okay, not to the badge you got on your uniform. Just make that abundantly clear. But yeah, now we can move on to something fun.
Woo!
And not angry.
Yeah, sorry that it's so angry.
I'm very angry today because I didn't get ice cream, and also, yeah, on a much bigger scale, like living in Houston is terrible sometimes. So, you know, same level of injustice, basically, as far as I'm concerned.
For sure.
But we don't really have like a show script today, if you can't tell. So I sent a couple things to like another thing to get angry about. So I don't know if you've seen that the college football, like the Madden version or the college version of Madden is coming out this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So it's been discontinued since 2014 because there were issues with like player likenesses and things like that.
Player likenesses?
Yeah, like NIL stuff. Like you weren't allowed to use their faces in the game. You're only allowed to like roughly imitate who they were with like generic person in stand-in.
Gotcha.
And now that the NIL deals have kind of come down and people are allowed to do that now, EA has spent supposedly a long time preparing this game. And people are very excited about it. I don't know if you've seen a lot of the hype online.
I have not. It hasn't made its way to the corner of my internet. my For You.
Yeah, something that's very popular online is to dunk all over games that get released every year. So like Madden, 2K, MLB The Show, Call of Duty, whenever they used to do it yearly. I don't know if they still do that or not, but which is fine. Like, especially a lot of the sports games, some people say they're just basically like roster updates that cost $70 because they just change the places of where people are playing and they don't really add any new features or make the game really significantly better. I don't really know if that's actually true or people just really get bored of playing the same thing over and over again. I can tell that it's pretty ridiculous, like in Madden, some of the things that happen there where it's like there's no way that a human being planned this out or was even familiar with the NFL whenever they designed this game or anything like that. But I mean, it's EA. Like, what do you expect? They are a horrible company who nickels and dimes people with microtransactions.
Oof.
So you'd think people would be wary because EA is also producing this college football game.
Who produces Madden?
EA.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm very suspicious of college football NCAA 2025. But people are very excited about it.
Does it have a fun name like Madden? Or is it just
I think it's
football?
just CFB 2025.
Oh. Lame.
It's EA College Football 25.
Can't forget that.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what it was called before. I think that people are... My opinion is that if it had been coming out every year, like Madden had, people would not be excited for it at all. I think a lot of people are coping, saying, hey, it's a different development team. They've been working really hard on it for a long time. And that might not be true. We're definitely going to stream that at some point. Ellie's going to build a team, and we're going to lead it to glory.
Oh, dear.
So keep an eye out for that.
We'll see.
But all that to say, people are very excited about this game. They think it's like going to be the greatest game ever made. I think people will perceive it that way, mostly because the last time a lot of people played it was 2014, when a lot of the guys who are liking and commenting on Instagram were 14. And that's the time in their life when they were happy, unlike now. So
yeah.
I think there's a lot of nostalgia baked into this game release. And I think EA knows that, and I think they're counting on that. But one of the bigger stories when it first was announced, because all the players could now be in it, they were going to receive a small amount of money for being in the game. Now, Arch Manning, who is a nephew of Peyton and Eli Manning.
Indeed.
He is a backup quarterback at Texas right now. And he was very adamant that he was not going to take any NIL money until he was a starter.
Oh.
And that meant it's a sort
Why?
of...
Just kind of like a morals thing?
Like a false humility thing, I think. Maybe a real humility thing, but I mean, come on, dude, you're Arch Manning. Like, you got money already. Like, you don't... it's fine. You're Arch Manning, and you're good, but you're also, like, you're rich and you're Arch Manning. So it's like, I don't think anyone's going to believe that nothing was handed to you.
Yeah.
But in the same sense as, like, Bronny James, like, it only really matters because your Manning is your last name. So basically, he had to opt out of EA College Football 25 because he was going to receive money for that, and that was against what he said he would do. And everybody was like, what? That's crazy. No way. Like, now we got to play with Quinn Ewers at quarterback and all this stuff because he's starting quarterback at Texas now. And then people kind of got over it, whatever, because who cares? It's one guy who's not even a starter.
Yeah.
Not that big a deal. But now, just a couple days ago, he announced that he has in fact opted in to EA College Football 25. And some of the comments are like, look, this guy says folded once he saw the hype, ... Bro got peer pressured. Like, why would you even opt out in the first place? But then there's other comments, smarter than those, that say crazy marketing play. And like, that was smart marketing on the Mannings.
Why? Just that he's just in there?
I think this was the plan the whole time. To be like, I'm going to opt out. I'm the only one who's going to opt out because I'm Arch Manning and I'm so humble. You know, Peyton, he has that country accent. He's in there with, what was it, Brad Paisley in the Allstate commercial?
In the
Nationwide
commercial,
yeah. He's like, I'm just a down-home country boy like my Uncle Peyton. I'm not going to take the limelight until I actually earned it myself. Anyways, 2 months later, right before the game comes out, I'm actually in. And now the story's all about me.
Bruh.
And I'm part of the final marketing push for this game. So maybe it was somebody on EA who was like, hey, this would be a great idea for you to do. Maybe it was Uncle Eli, Uncle Peyton, who were like, here's what you're going to do. But either way, I'm surprised that a lot of people were just like, yo, he just saw it. He was so excited. Like, he had a genuine reaction. He was like, oh, man, I don't want to miss out on this. This is going to be so much fun.
It probably more than likely was a plan they had to put into place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think he gets to be... I'll go back.
Yeah. I'll go back. No, it's going to be so cool. Please, I want to select me when I play.
Yeah, I want to be in the game. Please, it's going to be so cool.
Put me in.
No, I'm sure he had a team of 30 marketing execs, like, sitting in his mansion and being like, all right, so Arch, here's what you're going to do. You're going to pretend like you're too humble to be in this game. And then right before it launches, you're going to say, actually, I'm in. And now people are going to release edits of you on the cover of this game until it comes out. That's what they're going to do.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And he's in this commercial here with him and Peyton and Eli. And then it's sponsored by... it's like official from EA Sports. Dang. Look at this man. I guess it's just Eli. I don't know if Peyton's in it. But very clearly orchestrated by either the Mannings or EA Sports. And it just, like, blows my mind. Look, there he is, number 16. Wow.
Wow, number
Good
16.
job.
He's starting.
He's loving it.
Dang. Uncle Eli coaching him up.
Yeah, so Peyton stayed away from this one.
And hook him at the end.
And hook him. Yeah, Arch Manning's first ever NIL deal was with EA the year NCAA football is back. Legendary. Is it? I don't...
Smart decision, young man.
I don't think so. Yeah, bro wanted attention for not opting in, then wanted more attention for opting in last minute. It's all about money for this guy. I don't know how you can see it any other way. That's just it. Like, I mean, like, his play was like, oh, I'm not in it for the money. I already have enough money. I just want to earn it one day.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to think, you know, that, I don't know, that he's not like that. That it's not all about the money and everything. But I don't know. It's a little kind of hard to believe that you'd be like, no, I'm not. No. And then got like FOMO?
Yeah.
And
nobody was like, who was he talking? Nobody's talking to him about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe his friends are like, dude, like, we're going to be in it or whatever. I don't know. It's like, but you're not.
I don't think they talked to him on that team.
Maybe not. I don't know. Beats me. I don't know much about Arch Manning at all. Other than that, he's a Manning. And he plays for Texas.
Yeah, which is all you really need to know, I guess, for EA. That's what they care about. So.
That's true. And he's on a commercial. So.
Yeah, there you go. So I don't know. That was just like, all right, man. All right, Arch. Whatever, man. That's one of the things I sent myself this week. This other thing was crazy. I saw this on Sunday. I don't know what was going on. This is the most random beef of all time. Ceedee Lamb and Cole Beasley are beefing.
Ceedee Lamb says, I don't need 180 targets to touch a band. Pull up tape. I'd match you root for root on getting open. Just chill. Cole Beasley says, give me 180 targets off the couch and I eclipse 1,000. Stop looking at stats and check the tape. As far as getting open goes, I'm confident I did that with the best of them. Okay, where did this come from?
I have no idea. I don't know why.
Is he, like, did he know that was targeted towards him? Like, did Ceedee, like, say, like...
It's Cole Beasley's like, man, just do some heavy squats and power cleans. Because he saw this video of him doing all these, like, I mean, this is pretty standard stuff. I think Cole Beasley is low-key doing, like, this is some new age garbage. Like, just do some heavy squat. Like, just be a man and just do power cleans and heavy... Just lift weights, man. You don't need to do all this balance and agility stuff that provably makes you better at changing direction and, you know, better wide receiver overall. I just don't know why you'd ever get into beef with Ceedee Lamb as Cole Beasley.
That's fair. Are they on the same team?
No, Cole Beasley is old now.
Okay. Did he play for the Cowboys?
He played for the Cowboys for, I don't know, a couple years? It's kind of hard to remember because he wasn't... But
he's not? Is he not playing anymore?
I think he was he got called off the couch, I think, to play for the Bills last year.
Off the couch.
But he's at the end of his career, like, he's probably a free agent now. And he probably isn't, like, officially retired, but he's just hanging around waiting for somebody to call him.
Yeah.
So he may come back, but it'll probably be later in the season, whenever, like, teams are down with injuries and stuff.
His profile picture is just him holding a fish, so I guess he's enjoying it.
Yeah, I just... Like, Cole Beasley was exciting to watch, and certainly, like, he was white boy balling for a little bit, like, holding it down. So, good for him. Fight the power and all that. But, like, representation matters and everything. But, like, dude, Cole Beasley, Ceedee Lamb is, like, top 3 wide receivers in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy.
And has been for a little while.
Probably because of a little bit of his training.
Yeah, probably just flat out, he's just better than you.
Yeah, he's just got it a little bit more. And if he trains like that, he trains like that. Whatever.
Yeah. And if this is something where it's like, yeah, like Ceedee Lamb is like, just like sees Cole Beasley on the street or just like out of nowhere says at Cole Beasley, like, I hate you, like, hashtag ratio plus you're white or something like that. Like, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
And maybe you can come back at him with something.
But, yeah, the fact, because Cole came at him.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. The fact
I can't see a world where Ceedee Lamb would just be like, you know who I just need to, like,
rip into
spear right now online is Cole Beasley, who I don't think I ever played with. I just want to, you know what? And another thing, Cole, like, I hate you. Like, he's going, like, Kendrick mode. Like, like Cole Beasley is Drake and he's Kendrick, and he's just going in on him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't see why he would waste his time.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, and then another thing is, like, if you do all that training, you're like, oh, he's doing all this stupid, like, fancy, like, for the camera footwork. It's like, if you're, like, top 3, like, you can do that stuff. Like, you can make a show out of things, be like, oh, like, this is all my crazy training that I do. It's like, all right, that's pretty valid. Like, you perform at that level, so that's fine. If it was someone like Cole Beasley that was doing all this stuff, it's like, all right, man.
Yeah.
Is that really helping you?
Yeah, obviously, like, the power cleans and the squats didn't get you 1,800 yards in a season.
It did not. It did not.
I just don't understand. Like, he's literally doing, like, you don't know ball. Like, watch the tape, and I was low-key a better route runner than you, says Cole Beasley. It's like, dude, at what point does that stop mattering?
Yeah.
Because it's like saying, like, again, it's the Aaron Rodgers thing where, like, he may not have been the greatest of all time, but he definitely was the most talented. It's like, dude, just say that he didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah.
But, like, Cole Beasley didn't even have any hype.
Not
He had
really.
a good career.
I saw his name on the back of the Cowboys jersey, and that is about it, I've got to say.
But, like, yeah, they're arguing about... they're arguing about eclipsing 1,000 yards. Like, dude, like, Ceedee Lamb did so much more than 1,000. Like, if he barely broke 1,000, I would think, oh man, Ceedee Lamb must be like 32 now or something.
Yeah.
But he's a long way from barely eclipsing 1,000. I'm not even gonna do Cole Beasley the disservice of looking up his career stats compared to Ceedee Lamb's. Just know that give Ceedee a couple years, it's gonna be bad.
He was feeling himself or something, feeling like he could just come out here and just start up stuff. I literally have no idea.
Yeah, stop looking at stats and check the tape. I don't know. Send that tweet to Tony Romo or somebody. Like, 'cause if you're saying you were open more than Ceedee Lamb has ever been in his career, why wouldn't you have a million bajillion yards?
I don't know.
There's something to be said for not just stat watching, but at some point you have to play football.
It's true.
Like otherwise you're just running routes on air.
Yeah.
But also Ceedee Lamb was never the number one guy. He was never getting double teamed. He was never getting like shadowed by the best corner in the other team. Ceedee Lamb's the guy in Dallas. There's not really much else there with him. He has to do it all by himself.
Him and Micah Parsons, apparently.
Yeah. So I just like... This is the most random beef that I could have ever imagined was Ceedee Lamb and Cole Beasley beefing online.
That's
just
really
because
odd.
Ceedee Lamb's like, he is not working out like a good old boy. This is not what you need to do.
And does he have just kind of like this like tie to Dallas where he's like, oh no, like, you know, like this is the Dallas Cowboys I remember or something like that. Like back in '9 or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe him and Jared were really good friends. But like, I don't know. I don't think that this even needs to be like... I think this just reads as like Cole Beasley is like missing being in the game.
I think so.
And he's just a little bitter.
Yeah.
But like, again, why say, like, go mess with, I don't know.
Someone who's maybe could be like justified as like, all right.
Yeah, like call Zay Jones and be like, I am so much better than Zay Jones. Like me, oh man, Christian Kirk, I would run circles around that dude. He's actually dog water. Like, I was so much better than Christian Kirk back. And Christian Kirk would be like, okay, like, all right.
I don't know where this came from, but...
But it would be more appropriate, that's for sure.
Maybe more understandable. Yeah, coming at Ceedee is kind of crazy.
Oh, so that was crazy to me. I couldn't believe that when I saw that.
So goofy.
I was just like, what is going on? Okay. Did you see this video of Shohei?
No, I did not.
Steal second. Just
OMG!
He steals second against the Phillies. It just starts like moving his hand in a suggestive manner in front of his crotch.
That is crazy. And no one did anyone that is so crazy.
Yeah, I think there is dirt in his glove, and he's trying to shake it out, but it's very funny. Someone said, shake it once, that's fine. Shake it twice, that's okay. Shake it 3 times, you're playing with yourself. So...
It wasn't him, it was his interpreter did it. That's too funny.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy
He's got to
video.
have known.
I mean, he's not from here, but he probably didn't even think about it.
To do it, I feel like a more natural way to shake off your glove is to the side.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel weird watching this for like the 15th time also. So, the loop is a little too short.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Let's see. What else is on here? Yeah, Greg Berhalter fired. Thank God.
Who the heck is he?
This is Jurgen Klopp right here.
Oh, the Soccer USA coach.
Yes. So Greg Berhalter has been fired
Greg
after.
with 3 G's.
Yeah, Greg with 3 G's is gone after all that. He's finished.
Dang.
Recently, massive failure in the Copa America.
Pretty massive.
USA got grouped out. Did not get past Panama and Bolivia, so embarrassing. Two biggest accomplishments underneath his leadership were like draws against Brazil and England, so that's pretty cool. Also, I don't know if he missed the World Cup with the team in 2018, but it was recently enough. That might have been the last manager, but that's fun. I just saw the top comment on this post. But rumors now are circling that Jurgen Klopp, who is a Premier League winning manager with Liverpool, who walked away because he was tired of the grind, running out of energy is what he said. But he's a really good manager, one of the best in the world.
Dang. So,
top of the list, I think I mentioned it last time we talked about this, but reach out to Jurgen Klopp, get him on the team. Puberty Sport reports that the U.S. men's national team have contacted him about replacing Greg Berhalter. So the top comment though says, "Okay, and I DM City Sweeney, so what?" So
is he? Wait, what's the lore behind
they're
that?
saying like, so the U.S. men's national team has contacted him. Cool.
Oh, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, is this news yet? I don't.
Yeah.
Is this enough news to where we need to have him photoshopped in the Team USA kit?
He's getting close. He's thinking about it.
Someone else said, I have also contacted Irving Lozano to play in 7-side football teams, so we are both getting nowhere. I contacted Kylian Mbappe to join Spurs, but he joined Real Madrid, so what? Yeah, so...
He's not taking the job, period.
So, I really hope that, I don't know, we can get some type of leadership in this building, because I know that, like, Gio Reyna's dad, Gio Reyna's one of the guys who plays center attacking mid for the U.S. men's national team, wasn't getting a lot of play time under Greg Berhalter. Gio Reyna's dad is very involved in the U.S. men's national team, soccer federation. Was one of the ones who was influential in having him step down for the period of time that he did, because he wasn't playing his son enough. Literally, doing, daddy ball. My son is better than this, he deserves playing time.
Oh, dear.
And Greg Berhalter, got bullied, got into an argument with him and then got, bullied out of his job. Then came back.
Thanks.
Not the man you want leading your country into battle. Gabrielle sent me something the other day, too, where she was, she sent a screenshot of the comment section on the post that announced Greg Berhalter was fired. And it was, haven't felt this patriotic since they got Osama bin Laden.
That's so funny.
Oh.
Dang. USA.
Yeah, so hopefully things go better. I guess the polite thing would be to say thank you, Greg, for helming the ship for a long time. I know it's not an enviable position, but it just wasn't good enough, and now we're moving on.
There's a season for everything.
Yeah. Now we got the Olympics coming up, so hopefully we find somebody before then.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks, so
make them count. Good. We'll keep talking soccer for a second. I know we talked about pitch invaders on this show before. It's getting a little bit out of hand now.
Pitch invaders?
People who storm the field, basically. Streakers.
Oh, yes.
So, recently, in the Euros, the semifinal, somebody ran onto the pitch. The security guard was trying to stop the pitch invader from going to take a picture with the player. And I guess he lost his footing and fell onto Alvaro Morata's knee. He was limping after that collision, and he ended up having to leave the game later on because of his injured knee. So
if the person who ran, what are they, pigeon what?
Pitch invader. So this guy here, all these people running on the field to try and take pictures of people. You can see here the security guard is falling onto the back of his leg. And then here he is there. And they finally get this guy off the pitch, but his knee is hurt. So, it's not a good look.
Oof.
I don't know what's happening, if this is always been this prevalent, but it feels like every minute of every match, like someone's just running onto the pitch. Like
every minute?
I mean, we watched the video of Ronaldo, like, during, like, Portugal training, and, like, 4 guys, like, jumped over the stands at one time, like, all just running around the field, having, like, security guards chase them around.
Yeah.
And now, like, there's not just one guy out here, right? Like, there's, like, this guy here, this other, like, these guys might be on the team, but, like, maybe it was just the one guy. But it's just ridiculous. It's like, I don't think we've been to a lot of Texans games. I've never seen that happen.
I don't think so.
I think maybe one time it happened, like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
I definitely see it like at Astros games.
Yeah. So maybe it is because like there is a lot more sideline at a football game, like a soccer game, football game, whatever. You know, I don't know. I have no idea, but it has to stop because it's like.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, with football, I feel like the sidelines are a little... Like, the stadium seating is, like, a little bit higher to where people will be like,
Yeah.
Let me think a little bit more about jumping off this thing. Mm-hmm. And there's, like, a bajillion people on the sidelines at all times.
Yeah.
So, but, like, with baseball games, there's people in, like... I don't know. There's places where you could jump off, I guess, from high up still, where there's just, like, no one.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's true. Yeah, I think soccer's kind of the same way where there's like a bench area, everything else is kind of.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
So because there's like everyone at football games, like cheerleaders, both the teams, trainers, like.
Yeah, both sides.
Mariachis and like a bunch of like field goal like assist people, training assist people. Like there's everyone at all points of the field at all times. I feel like. I
guess that's true. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, maybe it is easier to defend there. And then, like, the NBA, obviously, like, there's just, like...
People.
Yeah.
People who, like... people who can afford to get those seats are typically not gonna...
Yeah.
Do that in the most respectful way possible.
Yeah, I see that.
So...
Yeah, I don't know.
Not that they can't, but...
I just don't understand, like, the self-entitlement you have to feel to, like... Because, like, surely you must understand that all however many 30,000 people in the stadium can't do this today.
Yeah.
But then to be like, even if you don't consciously have that thought, you have to take a step back and realize, like, there's 50,000 people in the stadium today. There's in no way all of us can run down onto the field and get a picture real quick and have this match conclude fairly and on time.
Yeah.
I understand that. But I'm the one who's going to do it.
Yeah.
But it's okay if I just do it real quick.
Yeah. It's a selfish thought.
It's sociopathic levels of selfishness.
Yeah.
To be like, me out of all of these people who would love to have a picture with these people down on the field.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's going to get it.
And then, like, what? You just have it?
I guess.
It says they should post a $7,500 fee for invading the pitch, 30 days in jail, and take their phone camera away. They don't get whatever picture they took. I feel like that's kind of fair.
I mean, honestly, yeah, they should just
delete the picture.
Yeah, delete the picture, because then it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. There's no benefit. Like, you don't even like, I don't know, what's the punishment now? They like are in holding for a second.
I can't imagine it's that much. Maybe you get banned from the stadium, but
yeah. So and then what? You get to keep your picture. It's like, well, that was worth it, or whatever. It's like, well, then make it not worth it.
Yeah, make it not worth their while. I don't know. I really don't know how to fix it because it seems like it's something that's happening more and more. Like every single match, you see somebody like Ronaldo almost got landed on the other day because somebody was jumping over the railing as he was going down into the tunnel. It's just like, what is going on? What's happening?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. But it's just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's always hardos in the chat that are like, yeah, like the security guards are just also out of shape. Like, he needs to go back. They need to be trained better. It's ridiculous.
Like, what are you going to do when people are like thrashing and obviously not, I don't know, sane, I guess?
I mean, probably not. I don't know. It's just, it's hard to chase somebody down.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't want to get caught. It's going to be difficult to do that.
The adrenaline.
Yeah. I don't know. I just need it to stop, please. Whoever's out there doing it, just think like.
Just don't do it.
If you're, it's a horrible. The fact that Louis C.K. is the one who said this is like so backwards, but he's like, you should behave in a way to where like if everybody were to behave that way, things would work smoothly. And if everybody just stormed the pitch, like people would die. So
yeah,
just think about that. And not often do I try and live my life as Louis C.K. suggests. So let's
say probably not ever.
Yeah, let's get that on the record. But I think that is a good way of putting it, right? Like, you should exist. Like, if everyone were to do what you did, the world should continue on fine. Otherwise, you're being selfish.
Yeah, it's fair.
So, I don't know. Just take that in, I guess.
Yeah, you're not the one.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. What else is here? Here's another thing. This doesn't have anything to do with the post. Zach Ceedee misses a dunk, put back dunk, to go up 89-88 in a Summer League game.
Oh, Summer League?
Yeah. So this is like preseason for the NBA. Then they go down the floor and go up 88-90. Zach Ceedee comes back, put back to tie it. Okay, that's great. Awesome. Good for Zach Ceedee. Number 9 overall pick in this year's NBA draft, by the way.
Pretty crazy.
Someone says, somebody said it in here. They said, I'd rather build my team around this man than Bronny. The top comment responding to this had a lot of good points. They said, facts, that's probably why Edie went 9 and Bronny went 55.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say, yeah, you didn't need to say that.
Yeah. I would say it's probably, I don't think anyone's really having that argument. Well, I think that he's better than Bronny.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we weren't talking about Bronny. Someone might be a little obsessed with him.
Yeah.
So you might, in fact, also be his biggest fan.
Yeah.
Depending on how much you're bringing him up. So
I think you might love him.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, do what you want.
Yeah, it's just so funny that they're like,
for not caring about Bronny, you really do care about Bronny.
Yeah, and then also saying that like, dang, I just cooked him. I'd rather have Zach Ceedee than Bronny.
Yeah,
okay.
I ate that. Ate that up.
So did every NBA team, sometimes multiple times.
So did 54 other.
They had between 9 and 55. They had 40 chances to go and get Bronny, and they didn't. So
I think it's fair to say everyone can kind of come to that conclusion. Yeah. Naturally in their head.
Yeah, Zach Ceedee is 40 spots above him on the rankings of NBA rookies right now. Congrats.
You noticed the obvious.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Way to go. Sports analyst that I'm making.
Right, yeah. Wow, congrats, man. Thanks for pointing that out. There was another post where Jared Dudley, he played 15 years in the NBA. He was never like a star. He's a role player guy. But he's the Summer League head coach for the Mavericks right now, so I guess he's like an assistant on their staff regularly. Mm-hmm. People were asking, like, what are you looking for in these Summer League games? Because, I don't know if you've seen, but Bronny has been participating in them. Hasn't been, like, lighting it up. Like, he's not scoring 30 points every game, but I think he had 3 blocks in his last game. Like, he's doing what he came here to do, which is get to his spots, score efficiently, which I think he struggled the first game, but then play really good defense.
I feel like, unfortunately, Bronny's going to have to go up against similar criticism that his dad went up against. Yeah. And that just sucks. That's, his dad had to go through it, and now he's going to have to go through it to prove himself and prove that, he's a good basketball player. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's a little bit of a steeper battle because he's not, where his dad was, like, skill level at this time.
His dad also didn't have a heart attack.
Yeah, their stories are different,
Yeah.
And even though they're, like, genetically very, very similar and, like...
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But, I don't know. But he's doing it. He made it to the league, Let him cook a little bit.
Yeah.
Without all this pressure, which is not going to happen. Mm-hmm. But he's just going to have to overcome a lot of adversity to show that, he belongs here.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. But hopefully we'll make it all the more sweeter
Yeah.
whenever he accomplishes something great, because I think he will.
Yeah, we're rooting for him on this podcast. One of the things that Jared Dudley was talking about was like, look, like we're not looking for guys who are scoring like 25 points a night. Like, because a lot of people in that game that they were posting Bronny highlights from, they were like, some dude in this game, again, the thing is, some dude, literally scored like 29 points. Why aren't you posting about him? Because you don't know his name. So,
yeah.
Because you're calling him some dude.
Okay, yeah. Some dude scored 29 points.
Yeah. Well, like, here's the thing. The Lakers don't need someone who's going to score 29 points.
Yeah.
Because they have LeBron. Because they have Anthony Davis.
Right.
They're going to find somebody who's going to score instead of LeBron?
I can't find that one. I can't find that somebody.
Like, if you're dropping 30 in Summer League, that's great. Like, you have potential to be a scorer off the bench.
Yeah.
But guess who can start if they do well in Summer League? Guys who are playing really good defense and guys who are finding their spots and being efficient from the field.
Yeah.
And that's what Jared Dudley said. He says, I'm not looking for guys who are scoring 25 points a game. I'm looking for guys who know their role and who can start on an NBA team tomorrow.
Yeah, team players.
Yeah, because Damian Lillard is not going to step aside for this guy who was killing it in Summer League. I'm sorry. We have 3 scorers deep on the team.
Yeah.
Like, when the Rockets had James Harden and Eric Gordon, they weren't looking for another guard who could score like 40 points by taking 30 shots. That's not what they're looking for.
Yeah.
They're looking for guys like PJ Tucker who will score 0 points a game, but will have like 2 blocks a game, 15 rebounds, and be rolling around on the floor diving for loose balls and like beating people up if they need to. Like,
yeah.
That's who they needed for that team, and they almost made it to the finals with that team.
Yeah. You don't just need scorers. You know, it's not all about how many points you score per game.
Yeah. There's one ball also.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, you know, that showed in Luka Doncic. You know? I can't say his name right. Ever. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Luka, it's like, he's a great scorer. He got a lot of points. Somewhat. But he's not a good defender. You know? And so, like, you need those people who are going to be good defenders to back up your high scorers. You know, your ball getters, your point getters. So.
Yeah. So and then people were like, Jared Dudley's actually an idiot. Like, he's like, the media is just trying to like bend over backwards to get Bronny some more hype, and it's like, you think Jared Dudley's lying about this? He's coaching the Mavericks. He doesn't care about Bronny James.
Yeah, he made it to he literally has no. He has no, like, vantage point of, like, being nice to Bronny. He has no gain in being nice to He has
no incentive to speak kindly of Bronny James.
He can say whatever the heck he wanted to, but he just...
But he's being honest. I mean, Derek Lively, like, the best rookie in the league last year, arguably, besides the one, you know. The guy who tore it up in the playoffs the most, he's averaged, like, 5 points per game in college.
Yeah.
And he was not tearing it up in Summer League either. Even Victor Wembanyama scored like 7 points a game in Summer League. It's not what we're looking for here.
Yeah.
And people are like, he's bending over backwards to cater to Bronny. It's like, dude, Jared Dudley made a career off of being the 7th, 8th guy on the bench who played 15 to 20 minutes a game.
Yeah.
He played 15 years in the league. He's coaching the Mavericks team right now. You think he doesn't know ball? You think he cares at all about Bronny James? What is going on?
You think you know ball better than he does?
Yeah, you think just because you want Bronny to be bad so badly, you're like, no, anyone who says he's good has his balls so deep in his mouth. Like, come on, man. At least be intellectually honest whenever you're hating on someone. That's all I ask.
Come on now.
So, yeah, I don't know. That's our weekly Bronny talk at this point. Because somebody has to go to bat for this kid.
Our Bronny corner.
Yeah. I just can't stand when grown men are like, you know what? I hate this kid.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Dude, you're not going to get his spot if he fails. I hope you know that, right? Like, they're not like...
Yeah.
You're not 16 on the 15-man bench. Like...
Yeah, you're not, like, one phone call away.
Yeah. I'll get the call before you do, I promise. I promise you that. Elliot will get the call before you do.
I'm here to ball.
So, relax.
Yeah. Just chill out a little bit.
Some other
leave it to the professionals.
Assorted things. Oh, well, we can talk about this, speaking of Bronny. So, So the ESPYs were tonight. Serena Williams, speaking about winning her 23rd Grand Slam singles title while pregnant, had this to say. She said, "LeBron wants to win with his son on his team. I won with my daughter in my belly."
Dang.
That's bars, first of all.
That's bars right there. She played this season?
I don't think
with a child?
She's been on hiatus for a while. I don't know if she's officially retired yet, but she's been gone for a little while. But yeah, when she won her 23rd singles title, she was pregnant with her daughter.
Gosh dang.
Yeah, she's ridiculous.
She's a freaking girl boss.
Mm-hmm. But counterpoint, LeBron also was backpacking the Cavs with Bronny James in his balls. So
That's really funny.
and you bet
so heavy load, I guess.
And you bet that's every single comment on here.
Robots get pregnant now.
Has LeBron won with Lynette in his sack? No. He was winning while Bronny was in the sack. Yeah, so...
That's so funny.
So...
It's funny on a satirical level, not...
Yeah, obviously...
Hopefully they're not for real.
I doubt they are.
Okay.
But yeah, new debate. Do you think LeBron could have won the NBA Finals pregnant? Do you think Michael Jordan could have won the NBA Finals pregnant? Which one do you think would win? 5 LeBrons, 5 Michael Jordans, all of them are pregnant. Which team wins? Which team wins a best of 7 series?
Which expecting fathers would take the finals?
Oh my goodness. So yeah, set it up. If we can do that, whatever we're working on. Stop the cancer research.
Ball harder?
Yeah, exactly. Stop the cancer research. Make it happen right now.
OMG, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Serena's awesome. I love her. I've always loved her.
Yeah.
I grew up watching her.
She's great. I'm so glad that she is living her best life now. Maybe tennis is behind her, but I'm sure she's got a lot of fun stuff planned.
Good for her.
This is the last thing I had saved, but Jamal Adams is signing with the Tennessee Titans. So this guy's got it right.
Retirement home.
Newest addition to the retirement home is 1,000% correct.
Where's he from?
So he was drafted by the Jets. I played at LSU, and
Played for the Seahawks?
Then he went to the Seahawks. The meme behind Jamal Adams is that they call him Blitz Boy because he kind of like how Jalen Petrie played the first year of his career, where he was in the box a lot at the line of scrimmage, rushing the passer, which is, I guess, something that's beneath safeties in some people's minds. They're like, oh, he's not a real safety. He's just playing a different... It's almost like a... I don't know. I guess these guys play a lot of Madden. And they're like, whenever I put a guy at safety position, he lines up here. So...
True.
Jamal Adams was lining up down here by line of scrimmage. So he's not a safety. He's not good. He doesn't have a lot of interceptions. It's like, okay. Fine. I'm not going to beat the internet today, but just like... Yeah, I'm sure Pete Carroll was like, I don't know. This guy can't play safety. Go do this.
Yeah.
No, he brought him in because that's what he wants him to do.
Yeah.
So, I don't think he's like, man, I really wish Jamal Adams could play like free safety, but he's just not that good, so we'll just have him rush the quarterback every time. Not because he's really good at that, and that's what his game is.
Yeah.
But just because he can't do anything else, so we'll just send him to do that. It drives me crazy. It's like, dude, maybe that's his game, and he's good at that.
Yeah, maybe that he meant to do that. Just maybe.
Oh, but it is funny that he's on the Titans now, because
we're gonna beat them anyways.
They got everybody on that team now. DeAndre Hopkins.
I know, crazy.
Julio Jones was there for a minute the other day.
The other day?
The other year. I don't know when he was on there. I think he was on the Eagles most recently, but he was on the Titans for a little while.
Dang.
2 years ago. Yeah, I just feel like they get everybody when they're past their prime. And they, like, what's his name?
When they're expired.
Yeah, L'Jarius Sneed just got traded there. And
gosh, yeah.
He looks bad in that jersey. I'll say that. They do need a revamp.
Yikes.
That's probably why they stole the Oilers jerseys. Because
they got nothing.
Their main ones are horrible. Yeah. So.
Good luck, guys. I think we already killed that.
Yeah, but again, it's the Titans, so nobody really cares about what they got going on.
Truth. LOL. Oh, I can't wait for football season to start back up.
We're almost there. Less than a month away from the Texans' first game.
I'm so excited. So excited.
Let's see. What else? I think Asia Wilson won Best Female Athlete of the Year. So
She did.
Good for her. She
Earned.
deserves it.
Earned.
She deserves it more than anyone else I could ever imagine.
She's so good all around. Such a good player and such a good person.
For real. She's probably like the funniest person that I've seen in the WNBA so far. Her and Kelsey Plum are so good together.
Dream team.
Last bit of news. Speaking of dream teams, the U.S. men's national team for basketball. Kawhi Leonard is out. He is taking this time to focus up on the next season. So he's not going to be on the men's national team this year. Now, the person who was selected to replace him was not Jaylen Brown. It was Derek White, his teammate, who is probably like the number 3 or 4 guy on the Celtics. Jaylen Brown was a little bit upset that he didn't get selected. I wonder if I can find that. I didn't send it to myself here, but maybe I saved it. But man, he was going in on Nike, basically like blaming them for not letting him be selected to the national team, because Jaylen Brown is better than Derek White, and he, like Seth Greenberg says here, he is basically like Kawhi Leonard 2.0. Like, they have very similar styles of play. Jaylen Brown is mad, and
that he wasn't picked.
That's
crazy. I'd be mad too.
But it's gonna get a little awkward because Derek White is his teammate.
Oh.
And they did just win the NBA Finals. And like, I'm sure they've talked about it, but he was very vocal, like multiple tweets at Nike, like, you couldn't even get me in the room, like, why didn't I make this team? Like, this is all your fault. Basically, like, implying like it's actually absurd that I didn't make this team over Derek White. Like,
dang, that's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I mean, I agree with him. Like, I would rather have Jaylen Brown than Derek White on the national team, but
who chose?
I don't know. I think Steve Kerr is the coach, but I don't know if he makes all the roster decisions. So,
Steve Kerr, dang.
You know, they had Steph Curry throw a lob pass to LeBron for a dunk. It's what they've been waiting to do their whole careers. Oh, yeah. So I don't know. I think it. I'm sure they've discussed it. I don't think that he was upset at Derek White for being on the team.
I mean, it's not his fault.
Yeah.
You know. Just kind of happened like that.
Mm.
That's very. I'd be mad at the person who put everyone in that situation.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard, but like, I don't know. He's very clearly like angry at Nike for feeling like it's their fault that he wasn't selected to the team. But he is also very vocally being like, any idiot could have seen that I deserve to be on the team.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that does to the dynamic in the locker room. I don't know. Like, what do you think? Like, say you like, because you used to sing, right? That's the most competitive thing you did. Or like equestrian, maybe?
I didn't compete.
Okay. So like...
Yeah, for, I don't know, choir, I guess.
Yeah, say you were going to get a solo for choir, and then your friend just in the middle of class starts yelling at the teacher and is like, why didn't you pick me? Like, so obvious I should have got the part. Like, or you not feel a little bit hurt by that?
Yeah, I would.
So I don't know. I think it's a little bit strange, but...
Yeah, I don't know. So I think there's, yeah. I don't know.
And I know
Even if they're like, oh, it's not your fault, it's not your fault. But like, why?
Yeah.
Like, you can have it. I don't know.
Yeah, but also, like, I know you have a Nike rep you can talk to.
Yeah.
Like, just get on the phone and say, hey, I'm not resigning.
Oof. Dang.
But obviously it's easy for me because I've never been, like when Derek White got selected, I wasn't like, it should have been me on the national team. Like, because I am eligible, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Shoot.
So please call. Haven't heard back, but that's weird. Probably just a mistake.
Probably just the wrong number.
Yeah.
To check that.
Yeah, if you guys can go and again contact my agent, it's Ellie, to see if I'm available or not. But...
Indeed, don't worry. I'll check the file, make sure all the information's right.
Yeah.
That's on me.
But I've never been in that situation,
yeah.
So I can't be like, me personally, I would have just talked to Nike and not posted it all over social media. But like, it does feel like it's going to be a little bit strange. Now Jason Tatum has to sit them both down and be like, look, I love you both. Not as much as I love Kobe, but I do love you both. And we need to get past this if we want to win again.
Of course. Has to be said. Yeah. Also, I love that we follow Benson Boone on our
we
podcast account.
Canonically Benson Booners, so.
This is true. Very important follow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we follow like 13 people, all of my sports accounts, and then Benson
Boone. Yes. So priorities, straight.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Can't remember. I'm still just getting Olympic stuff.
Yeah, you have all the. You're only getting gymnast stuff.
I'm only getting gymnast stuff now, which is just so incredibly crazy to just watch. It just blows my mind every time that you're able to like do these things.
Mm-hmm.
It was just wild. But yeah, I got some track. Mm-hmm. I forgot who. She was like I don't know if she has done multiple. You said she did the heptathlon or something like that. I forgot what it was.
The heptathlon or whatever?
Yeah, that one. Only 6, not 8.
7.
That is so embarrassing. Okay.
It was something 8, 9 or whatever. I don't know.
Embarrassing. Anyways, she like barely made it by her. I think it was her long jump.
Yeah, her last jump or whatever.
Yeah, it was like point.
Exactly what she needed.
Yeah, literally exactly what she needed, which is crazy, down to like the 100th or 1,000th of a second.
Yeah. And
she made it, which is crazy. So, best of luck to her. Wish I remembered her name. Also really embarrassing.
Yeah, I love all the Olympic stories. It's great.
It is. And there'll be so many more to come.
Yeah, we might have a special guest on next week to introduce the Olympics with us. But we'll see. We'll see what's going down.
You'll have to tune in. You'll have to find out. No spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah, anything else? No?
That's it for me.
All right. Well, do you want to talk about the sketch stuff or no? Because I did see that the Texans unfollowed him on TikTok and stuff, I think.
Ooh. They unfollowed him?
That's what I was on their TikTok or something today, and people were commenting, like, why did you unfollow Sketch? Like, why did you unfollow Sketch? Why did you unfollow Sketch?
On the Texans TikTok or something?
Yeah.
Dang.
So, if you don't know, I guess we'll talk about it now. Like, if you don't know, Sketch, I don't think his full name is something else, like Sketch. His real name is Kylie Cox, but his internet persona is Sketch something, but he just goes by Sketch.
Yeah.
He's gotten really close to a lot of the players on Texans recently. He's like a Madden streamer, and he's blown up in like really the last half year. Like,
yeah, announced one of our draft picks.
Yeah, just like huge presence on the Texans social media. CJ Stroud, Tank Dell always posting about being with them, stuff like that. Really, things were going really well for him. And then I guess like recently, some people found some old OnlyFans content that he had made, where he and another man were performing sexual acts. And I think if you want to follow my main channel, it's at Aaron_Trevino. Sorry. But
it's okay, they'll find it.
I think I don't know what it is. Just look up Aaron Trevino. And
one of like 7 Aaron Trevinos on YouTube.
You'll find it. It's linked somewhere down below. I'll probably make a video explaining it more in depth, but basically like I think a lot of his fan base, just by the nature of like where it comes from, either like people who are big into sports, people who are big into Madden, a lot of younger guys who are really into the big streamers that House of Highlights and ESPN posts a lot of. That circle and like the tolerance circle are like
very far apart.
Very far apart.
Not a Venn diagram at all.
Yeah. And I think that he's running into some of the issues with that, which is not his fault at all. I don't really know much about him. I'm a little bit skeptical of the character that he portrays. I think that's always made me like kind of like be a little bit wary of him, and just the nature of the other streamers that have been pushed pretty heavily on there, like Speed being very aggressive to women, and Kai Cenat not really caring about his fans, just basically starting a riot in New York over like one PlayStation. Jake, Logan Paul being terrible people, but still being all over ESPN and stuff like that. Just kind of like raises the hairs on the back of my neck when I see a new streamer get very popular on those platforms. But this time I genuinely think I do feel bad for him. to this point, because a lot of people are very upset with him. He's come out and explained that he was just down really bad, suffering with addiction issues, felt like he really needed money, produced this content on OnlyFans, and I think I read something, he was saying he was dreading every day, the day that this would come to light. He said he had 2 plans. One of them was to just hope and pray that it would never come out, but that was obviously delusional is what he called it. And then the second plan was something horrible that he didn't want to speak of. So he said he was lucky that he had such a good family and a support system of friends that prevented him from doing anything stupid. So I'm glad he at least has that. But it is very... I don't know. I think we talked about it the other day where, if someone like Curtis Connor or something like that, someone who has purposely cultivated, an accepting and...
Following.
Yeah, tolerant community of followers, had something like that come out, as long as they weren't cheating on their spouse or anything, I don't know that there would be such ridiculous backlash about it. Mm-hmm. But even on the Texans TikTok, people were like, why did you unfollow? And a lot more than I thought I would see, so good for them. Mm-hmm. A lot of people were saying why did you unfollow Sketch? Why did you unfollow Sketch? Why did you unfollow Sketch? That's not cool. It's not his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. But then other people are commenting no, they don't need to be associated with debauchery. This is just a sin and a horrible thing that he's done. He doesn't need to be involved in any of this. And people are saying dude, he said he messed up, and they're well, it doesn't matter. He hasn't repented. He's still involved in that kind of thing.
How do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know the inner parts of his personal life?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to say. Are you God?
Yeah, but my main concern is obviously if he is a gay man, that's not a problem. It shouldn't be a problem.
If that's quote unquote the problem, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, and making OnlyFans content is not a problem.
Yeah. I mean it's we wouldn't do it, but it's not our call. People can do whatever they want. It's obviously legal as long as you are in the confines of legality and not doing anything weird with minors or anything like that. So
Mm-hmm.
what you do and what you do to make money is your business.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be something that we do personally, but again, that's your business.
Yeah.
You get to do what you want to do. And again, being gay is not a crime, is not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's who you are, that's who you are.
Yeah.
So if that's a problem, it shouldn't be the problem.
Yeah. Maybe the Texans don't make business of being associated with OnlyFans models, and so maybe that's why they distance themselves, but even then it's
which I feel like they should specify. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to get into the weeds with it, but it's if you post things about hey, happy Pride Month, all these things,
mm-hmm.
You need to be sure to make clear that you do stand with people of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is still a developing story. He had a sketch of the union is what he called it, which I thought was a nice touch.
Sketch of the what?
Sketch of the union address. But basically he talked about how he said I was down really bad. I was suffering from addiction. I felt I needed the money. I don't do that stuff anymore. Okay, if that's the case...
Yeah, if that really is the case, then, I mean, good for you.
Then why are we hating on this guy for something that he was there's nothing wrong with it. If you don't like it because it's gay, grow up. If you don't like it because it's on OnlyFans, grow up. If you don't like it because he was addicted to something, grow up. There's grace and forgiveness for all that stuff.
It's true. And he seems very, remorseful. And, I don't know.
Which I hope that he...
is not hiding himself.
Yeah. If he is ashamed of that period in his life and he really is not gay, he was just desperate to do anything to get a little bit of money. And he seems very remorseful for that. Yeah. And obviously he feels shame for that. But there's no shame in obviously he's doing much better now. So why are we what's the point of getting upset with him? He didn't do anything wrong in the first place. And he already said
nothing wrong, he may have felt that he had done something wrong personally.
Yeah, he may have betrayed his own values.
Yeah.
Because he's not gay. and he doesn't want to be on OnlyFans anymore. That's not the kind of content he wants to be known for.
Yeah, and that's a personal battle within himself.
Yeah, and so he can say like, man, like this thing I did a couple years ago is not who I am today, and I feel sad that that is what's being shown now.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then hey, man, like, way to like come forward. You didn't even have like coming forward publicly with this is like, you know, takes guts, and you know, yeah, there is grace and forgiveness for that. But you know, if it's who you are and you feel like you have to repress that.
That is what I fear.
Yeah, that's sad.
Because like, I mean, go to the Texans Pride post. You'll see me fighting for my life in the comments because it is not a welcoming place.
Yeah, one comment. I think you commented with our like podcast account and said football is for everyone. And someone said, "Bro, no, it's not." It's like, what do you mean? Like, actually, what do you mean? Because that's just it's, I don't know, it's so ridiculous, it's funny.
Yeah, it's like, okay. I don't think you're supposed to say that part out loud.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and then also, like, who made you the one to decide who it's for then?
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't know, the general following of, like, stuff like this.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, check out my main channel, because I'm going to find statistics and figures. I don't like to generalize, make assumptions.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's enough people doing that.
And if you have something to say about it, you know, feel free to sound off.
Yeah.
You know, don't be hateful.
Yeah, don't be hateful, because we are trying to foster an inclusive community.
Exactly. So if you want to offer a talking point, you know, want to discuss respectfully, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anything you want to, like, if you have thoughts about this or feelings or, you know, agreements, disagreements, respectfully, put them down below.
Yeah. So I don't know. I my gut feeling is that I've seen the community around streamers like this. I've seen the community around NFL pages. I've seen the community around even the Texans page. I've seen the Madden community. My general feeling is that they would not be down for this behavior. And my initial reaction to hearing about all this is that he is struggling so badly with this because he just likes to play Madden. That's what he chose to do. And unfortunately for him, that group of people does not take too kindly to these kinds of actions, in my personal experience from what I witnessed online.
Do you think that people would have been reacting like this if it had been something on OnlyFans where he was doing sexual acts with a woman?
I don't think so.
That's a good point to ask.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think as much. I think you would maybe get some, but not as much.
I don't know. I feel like women who have OnlyFans accounts are definitely like shamed, even though the same people who shame them like consume that content. But I don't think that men really get anything for that. Like the Kim Kardashian and Ray J sex tape. Kim Kardashian is painted as this whore who is like a horrible person, and Ray J is like so cool because he slept with Kim Kardashian and posted a video about it. It's like there's a double standard there. But I think the worst thing you can be, maybe not the worst thing, but like I think what it all boils down to is like the way people view it is to have sex with a man is to be disrespected. I don't know if a lot of people make that connection, but that's what it feels like to me, is like people who view female porn stars or gay porn stars or gay men don't really mind lesbian women, right? Because they're not having sex with men. It's a turn on to some people, which is a whole other can of worms. But no, I don't think he'd be facing this type of backlash if he was just like, oh yeah, I did this straight porn for money back in the day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't... There's probably not as many like male porn stars, I guess, because people don't watch it for that, I'd assume. But...
Who knows?
I know that I don't know. People don't have the same like stick up their butt about that they do for women. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't know much about the guy. Like, I don't consume his content regularly. And I'm always wary of guys in that space. But maybe that's because of the way that people have reacted to this. Like, I have a feeling of what's in that space. And I would hate for that to be him. Like, the way that I feel about it as a straight man, watching it from the outside. I'm like, I hate that this community is like this. Because I don't want people to feel unwelcome.
Yeah.
But then I can't imagine being someone who has built their career on being an influencer inside that space, who feels like they can't be themselves because it would destroy them.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Sketchman, we're praying for you. Who knows? Hopefully you're not a bad person.
Yeah.
And we're like throwing ourselves on the fire for this.
So.
Yeah, but like, if this is really a thing in the past, we hope it all blows over. And if this is something that's more serious that you're going to have to struggle with for a long time, I don't know. We're just hoping things get better.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there. So.
Always hope that things get better. For everyone. Always hope that things get better. There's always hope for everyone.
Yeah. So, yeah, check out the my main channel for a more in-depth breakdown of the situation. I don't really want to like keep the focus on him because I'm sure he does want to move past this.
Yes.
But I do want to talk about the air of like why this blew up so negatively for him within the streaming community, and why it seems like all these guys who get really popular turn out to be a little bit sour on the other end of it. So, anyways, tune in for that if that's interesting to you. If not, we'll be back next week with another episode talking about sports. I didn't think we'd talk about that for so long, but
yeah,
I don't know. I hope at least like CJ and Tank didn't like ghost the guy, you know.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
You know, but who knows? They, you know, maybe they can't by Texan standards, which I would hope not. But
yeah,
whatever. Yeah. We've talked so much about this.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh yeah, today is July 12th, by the way. So now you know what day this was recorded on.
Just turned July 12th.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so we're really good at telling you what day these episodes come out on. That's just one of the skills we have as a podcast duo. So.
Indeed.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll catch you next week for our Olympic preview.
Woo!
And then the weekend after that will be
Olympic time.
Yeah. So, see you guys next time.